Hey guys, this is Comic Uno, and today I'm doing a review for Supergirl Being Super issue 3, which is the penultimate issue for this amazing miniseries. But before I start talking about this issue, just want to give you guys a couple updates. Of course, I have Comic Uno episode 190, and that's show where I review all the comics I've read this week in one show. So if you want to go check out the exclusive comics, that's in the description below, and the episode will be annotated. But let's start talking about Supergirl Being Super Book 3. Very much a book. I think it's only $4.99 though. Yeah, oh, $5.99, but still. Get a lot of pages for what you're paying for. But let's see what's going on with story. Pretty cool cover here. We have Supergirl getting out of this technology thing. Looks like kind of, I was going to say it looks like our pod, but it just looks like a science type thing going on. Pretty cool cover. And of course the artwork in the interior is gorgeous. As I've said with all my other reviews for this series, I love the little moments we get to see in this book. Like, honestly, perfect example, just Kara eating chips as Dolly's talking about an important subject with her. So it's those small moments and movements in the artwork just work. Really portrays the emotion and tone, especially the coming of age tone that we have with this book. But let's start talking about the story. So with this issue, we get to see Kara goes back to school after the events of the earthquake, after she lost her friend. So it's her and Dolly kind of trying to navigate their lives now. You know, they go to cooking class, they deal with other people that kind of feel like they know what's going on, but they don't. And Dolly and Kara, by the end, they like skip class and they have a conversation, and Dolly says, you know, I know you're different. You could just say that you're different. And then Kara in her mind looks back at what it meant to be different, that her mother's parents hated her because she was different, and that her mom is not close to her parents anymore because of that. And there's a really cool scene of that flashback of Kara trying to save her grandparents, but in the end, because she was different, they didn't like her. But Dolly says, you know, I really don't care, you could just tell me, that's all I want to know, but tell me in your time. Kara doesn't end up telling her, and when she goes home, she sees her coach, where she finds out, well, the coach kind of killed her best friend, because the reason why her powers weren't working is because of the wristband taking away her abilities. So really, her friend died because of the coach. And she starts hearing someone say, "Save me," and it's a fellow Kryptonian in a lab. And he's really weak, obviously, because he hasn't seen the sun, and they kind of run away with each other by the end. And Kara just wants to kind of say her last goodbyes, get her stuff as she runs away, because she's finally figured out who she is, that she's an alien and that she's Kara Zor-El, and she wants to run away with him without really saying goodbye to her parents or her friends. And we see he's not really a nice guy. He actually kills somebody that was innocent. So Kara might not be going with the right person, even though they technically share blood, or at least a race. So what did I think of this issue? I love this issue. I love every issue of Supergirl Being Super. This is just great. I love the dialogue, and there's so many good moments between characters here. I think that's what really shines with Supergirl Being Super, is the character moments, the dialogue between them, and really what shines the most is Dolly and Kara's moments here. But even those flashbacks, kind of giving those emotions, and the monologue just being so personal and kind of poetic in some ways, where we see Kara talk about seeing pain, and she says, I know what it looks like, you know, I know what it is, I know what pain is, even though I can't feel it. And I feel like that's more of, yeah, you can't physically feel pain, but this whole book is Kara feeling pain emotionally, showing that yes, she's an alien, but she's also has, you know, very similar things of being human, of what we can relate to. So that's really what this whole book is about. It's very much this parallel of coming of age, what that means, of discovering yourself and your self-identity, and that's a big point here, where she feels like she knows where she's going, and by the end, she might be going with the wrong person. Now, I will say I think issue 1 and 2 were a little bit stronger, just because I disagree with what Kara is doing. But at the same time, you know, that's cool. It's good tension in the issue, because you know by the end she'll find out what this guy's all about and go back to her family. At least that would make the most sense. But it builds up that tension that's needed and the dialogue that's needed, which I think issue 4 is going to be a really emotional, explosive ending. So, but I love this issue. This is my pick of the week. Supergirl Being Super issue 3 gets 4.5 stars. Like I said, my pick of the week. If you're not reading this, if you're a Supergirl fan, you really should read this. But just in general, you should read this. It's one of my favorite comics that has been coming out this year, and hope we get more after this. I know in an interview, it seems like they're planning on maybe another miniseries. There's ideas for it, so I'd be very happy for that. But let me know in the comments below what you thought of the issue. This is Comic Uno. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Don't forget to like my Facebook page. Also, description below, there are links for my comic book, Like Father, Like Daughter. And don't forget to like the Facebook page of Like Father, Like Daughter. I'll see you guys later. Bye.